Yo, so I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this one. Get it? Get a lot of shit. So, I know this guy, and one day I was playing with the dog and my head touched the rug, and he's all, ew. And I was like, what do you mean, ew? He's like, your head touched the rug. And it's like, okay, look, we vacuum at least 3 times a week, and I'm playing with my dog, and you want to talk about my head touching the rug, motherfo, you sit in the toilet bowl. And this is where I'm gonna get a lot of shit, because that's apparently what Filipinos do, right? And don't judge my marks, by the way. This thing is they're battle scars, right? It's been cleaned to the best of my ability. So what was the moral of the story? Is that this guy, I didn't understand. He'd always take 20 minutes minimum to go to the bathroom. And next thing you know, I find out that he's cleaning the inside of the toilet bowl because he sits. And this is how I found this out. I would go in there, and the lid would be up. And I thought, who the hell blows it up and then lifts the lid up? That's weird. And come to find out, he don't use the lid, right? Because apparently Filipinos don't use the lid. You know what else Filipinos don't do? They don't use toilet paper, right? Some of them do, right? But most of them don't, according to this guy. And he has the nerve. There was plenty of jokes, passive little jabs about how Filipinos think they're cleaner and more hygienic than Americans. And it's like, why is that? You sit in the toilet, and it doesn't matter how much you clean it, you sit in the toilet. No courtesy flush, unless maybe they know about the courtesy flush. Oh, nobody knows what a courtesy flush is? By the way, teach your kids. If you don't know what a courtesy flush is, show them that section on Friday where he's like, I wouldn't go in there for about 35, 45 minutes, right? Show them that. Keep in mind. So yeah, the courtesy flush, by the way, is after you empty your I was going to say empty the pot. You blow it up, then you flush it, right? And then when you're sitting here using, 2 squares at a time of toilet paper, right? Instead of rolling it up and you go, oh, I need to use half a roll of toilet paper to wipe my butt once. No, teach them, educate your children, because what happens. I always think about this. What was it like back in the day when there was no toilet paper? And this is where we go back to the Filipinos, right? These guys will jump straight into the mud. They go all up in. They're scooping it. They're scraping it. They're who knows? Maybe there's a special technique. Maybe they're like cleaning the crack. All I know is that he would then. I never watched him. I got an explanation of this, right? It was a breakdown explanation, and that's why in Filipino households everybody wants a bidet. There's always got to be a bidet, right? And I get it, right? Now that we're on bathroom essentials, a squatty potty, by the way, I'll post a link. Everybody needs a squatty potty. These things are great, for various reasons. Not only does it help you start to be able to squat again. But it comes out so much easier, so much quicker. I mean, everything comes out, right? But hey, and then the bidet, they'll be like, he's got a bidet, he's gay. Or you're just a mud butt, you dirtbag, right? So I highly recommend after you wipe, then you use the bidet, then you dry your bootay, and don't forget the courtesy flush. But, and so what was the moral of the story, aside from the Filipino trying to shame me about hygiene and then me shaming him because he sits inside of a toilet and he doesn't even use toilet paper. That was the moral of the story. That was the moral of the story. So just for people out there who toilet paper costs, and toilet seats are great, by the way, for all you Filipinos out there. And by the way, oh yeah, what was the moral of the story? It doesn't matter how much you wash your hands. Doesn't matter if you pour alcohol on there and you're scrubbing under the nails, right? There's nothing that'll kill 100% of the fecal matter. There's no antibacterial. Maybe you could pour some bleach on there. You still got to hope it gets inside of every little nook and cranny. So while you guys are jumping straight in the mud, your dirt bags, I recommend, just like any medical professional cleaning a wound would use gauze or something. They're not just going in there and cleaning your wound with their fingers. So why would you clean your ass that way? I'm not trying to shame anybody, but